I'm Megan.
And I'm Vernon, and we are the Bridges family. Well, what we first wanted to tell you guys is how our family came together. We are, I don't know if there's such thing as a typical blended family, but our family started off, me and Megan, when we started dating. She had already had Adrian, who was at the time 2 years old. And when we got married, he was 2 years old, and we started our family in Waukegan, Illinois. Shortly after that, shortly after we got married, Megan got pregnant with Aliana, who was born in 2003. Gosh. Uh-oh. Who started in... When you got this many kids, what do you do? Who was born in 2003, in April of 2003. 2004, we made another big change to our family and ended up moving out here to Lake Havasu City, where we decided we wanted to raise our family. That was in 2004, in January of 2004. 2005, we decided to make another big change, and me and Megan started looking at the adoption process and adopting kids. And at first, we were just going to look into it, and we were going out and doing everything that we needed to do to get ready. That means getting registered and going and taking the classes and finding out what was all involved in that. 2006? Or was it?
We were going to adopt a toddler, and then we realized that there's a lot of older children, like a whole bunch of older children up for adoption, so then we decided to go that route.
Right. So 2005, we adopted Gabe, and at the time, Gabe was 9 years old. And at the time, we did not know when we started to adopt Gabe that he had a brother and sister, because when we went in for the adoption, they weren't linked. They had unlinked them in the system, which is something that we found out about. And unfortunately, we became acutely aware of how that process worked. So when we were entering the final stages of adopting Gabe, he was down in Tucson. We went down there a couple times and had meetings with him. We found out that he had a sister, Naomi, and it was a long process, and all of which would probably take too much time to get on camera. But at the end of the day, by that next Christmas, Naomi was moved in with us, and she was just going to be visiting for Christmas, and we did not want to send her back at all. So we almost got in trouble because she was supposed to be back right after Christmas break, and we didn't want to take her back, but we took her back for about 4 days, and then she's been with us ever since. During that time, me and Megan were hoping for more children. We wanted a big family. Megan came from a small family. I came from a big family. Obviously, I love my big family, so looks like I won out. And we had Wisdom, who is 4 years old, in 2011. And in 2013, we had Blaze, who is 2 years old. And that's how our family came to be the big blended family that we are.
When Gabe first came in and when he was first adopted, slight little things changed. One of the things was that I kind of noticed that he was around, and I was like, all right, who is this a little bit? You know, like, why are you coming into my house? And I was like, and then I kind of realized, like, I have an older brother, and it was an experience for me because usually when you're the firstborn, you are the older brother, but having somebody come in and having that, it was kind of like, all right, sweet, now I don't have to have that pressure on me. I can kind of let him have it. And I remember, I don't know if this, I remember being in the van and looking back there and seeing him in the back seat and being like, are you staying with us? And him like, yeah, I'm gonna be here like forever. And I was like, that's pretty cool, man. Like, we could share a room or something, you know? So that's basically how it was.
And they still share a room.
And we still share a room, of course.
Yeah, I was a little baby when they came into the house, so I didn't really know any different. They were always just my siblings. It was like they were my natural family, like they were my blood-born brother and sister.
Well, one of the highs of being adopted is probably feeling like you're part of the family without like, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like I'm adopted. It feels like I was born out of my mother.
I'd say the highs and lows, starting with the highs of being adopted, is the fact that, like Naomi said, you don't really feel like you're adopted. You feel more of just like you were born blood in that family. When they take you in, you've been in that part of the family for that long. You know, you learn to grow with the rules there. You learn to deal with the discipline. You learn to grow with the fun times. You feel included. I'd say just some of the lows. It's not many of them, but just the fact. I mean, when you come from a different family, you do start to miss them. You start to wonder. You start to have questions. It's curiosity that you have. Just little minor things like that.
So you guys are all probably wondering, after I just told you about our family of 8, how feeding time goes down. And it's kind of like a scene out of Piranha, where food's placed on the table and people start ravaging. But what I would say is that our family, especially with the teenagers and myself who like to eat, it's definitely, we definitely have a food bill that competes up there with what I guess would be most people's mortgages. And it's funny, we have a big table, and one of the things of our family is, and my wife kind of instituted this is one of her institutions of our family, and it's one of the best things that I could say that we've had, is that everyone has to come and sit down at the dinner table every night. And my wife makes dinner, and we have, that's the time where we used to play table games. We have a bucket of table games where we used to play that, and I used to win a lot, and the kids would be upset and stuff like that. But now we kind of just talk about what happened during the day. What was a good thing that happened during your day? And it gives us time to unwind and time to spend time as a family. It's harder now that, the kids are older, and Gabe's 19 now, and Adrian's 15 and doing football and gymnastics and acting and Adrian's sometimes he's gymnastics. But with all the things going on, it's harder for us to get together as a family, but that's one of the core things that we do at dinner time. Another part of this is obviously me and Megan need time to ourselves. So we have a date night. It's once a week. It's Thursday. And yesterday was our date night, so that's why we seem a little refreshed and prepped and ready to go today. But we have a date night where the 2 younger kids stay with the older kids, and they watch them. And me and Megan have time to go out and have a dinner and spend time and grow again together. And sometimes we even get to go out and see a movie and do that. So it's all a process. I mean, you have to be conscious of it, is what I would say. You have to be conscious of the family that you have and the kids that you have, and growing together and being one unit. We want to go out and act as though one unit as a family. And I think we've done a really good job of doing that. Well, we would just like to thank you for coming into our house and learning about our family. So, from riverscenemagazine.com, we are the Bridges family.